Hello, and welcome to Allegedly, a pop culture podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with my co-host, lovely mother and best friend, Beth. I thought you were going to say
that's
it.
my name.
I'm waiting for you to be like, Beth, but that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi, bestie. Hi, co-host.
Hi, daughter.
Here we are talking
A
about...
month later.
Oh my gosh, a month later. But
We've
this is
been
still the
so
intro.
busy.
Will you let me finish this part? Here we are tuning in to discuss our top stories of the week.
Forgot about all that.
And then, there's a whole like spiel, which I'm winging it anyway because I'm just like, I don't have it pulled up like my little script, but I mean, it's pretty on the brain. But anyway, you just rudely interrupted. I'm going to carry on. So we are back from a long break. I mean, a little hiatus.
A little rebrand.
Is there? It's not really a rebrand. We did nothing in our off time. Towards this podcast. We just, live some life.
Yeah.
I feel like things have just been really busy, really hectic this last month.
It really has. And March flew by. Like, tomorrow is
Happy April. Yeah.
It's nuts. Mm-hmm. The last time we recorded
tomorrow is still March. Monday is April 1st.
Monday or Sunday?
No, Monday.
Monday?
Yes.
Man, I get paid on Monday. I got to wait all the weekend. Damn. Oh,
That's
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, March flew by.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it's April.
I literally just celebrated my sister's birthday. But that was mid-March, I think. Second weekend? I don't know. Her birthday was the beginning of March. We were just there. I don't get it.
Who?
My sister?
Oh.
Did I speak too fast?
Yeah, I thought you said Martha.
I can cut that if it sounds too bad. My sister's birthday was the beginning of March, and I feel like that was just last weekend. I mean, I don't understand where the time went.
Yeah, weird. It's been wild. And you had a bachelorette party?
I had my bachelorette party, yes, which is why I was absent. And you went out of town, which is why we you were absent. Did you go to town multiple times?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and then you babysat?
yeah, we were busy.
Yeah, busy.
And it just wasn't possible
Yeah.
to find the time to...
We're just busy girlies.
Which I kind of expected that to happen around this time.
I think summertime's going to be busy.
Not for me. I literally don't leave my house.
I can't imagine anything I'd be doing on a Friday night.
I mean, you used to be busy in the summers. Like that's, I don't know. You thrive.
Oh, yes. And I just need it to be summer. Literally, I probably shouldn't say this, but
Go ahead.
the passwords on my computer is like a version of hurry up summer
No
get
way.
here.
Yes. I mean, you were so down in the dumps.
I
winter.
literally need sunshine in my life or I am a sad person.
It does make you feel better.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the sun too.
And I'm gonna after I swore off tanning beds last summer, like I thought the summer before that was gonna be my last time in a tanning bed. Like I'm just gonna be pasty.
I mean, you are literally, you will never be pasty.
I am pasty now.
No, you are not.
You can the veins on my legs. You can see the blood. Like I'm translucent. I'm like powder.
I feel like you literally always look tan because you tan for so long.
I tan for so long that I think it's changed like the pigment in my skin. Like
Yes.
I can't get
Your
a tan.
undertones are tan.
Yeah, no, I've
look
lost all the undertones. So anyway,
Okay, anyway. Are you freaking getting in a tanning bed?
I have to be the mother of a bride in a wedding
Mom,
soon.
you have literally already had like melanoma removed from your body.
Never.
No?
No, never.
But there's one growing on your arm.
We don't know.
Okay. Let me see it right now.
Feel it.
No, I don't want to touch it.
Feel it. It just
It
keeps
looks
getting
like indented into your
It
skin.
is. But the last time I had it looked at, which was, like a couple years ago, they said it was fine.
It's skin cancer without the cancer. It's melanoma without the...
No, it's not melanoma. It's just a sunspot.
From on the sun.
Yeah. Jordan, I literally used to lay out on the
with
roof.
Baby, what is that?
Baby oil.
Yeah, baby oil.
Slathered to my skin.
Gosh, I'm so glad I didn't grow up in your generation.
I know.
The education you guys didn't have. Like,
No.
it's so scary.
How would we know?
Even further than that.
We were putting peroxide in our hair and baby oil on our skin and literally baking like bacon in the sun.
Just for a little color?
Just for a little color.
Oh, man. I am going to spray tan for my wedding.
See, I'm going
to find a legit professional.
Yeah.
I
gross.
did the Versa Spa, the ones that are like at tanning salons.
Yeah.
Before a wedding, and it didn't look good. And I was like, I will not do this again. So I'm going to find someone like who actually will airbrush it.
Yeah.
I had someone airbrush me for your wedding in Kaufman. Mm-hmm. And that was really good. It was like way too dark, but she did a great job.
Do you know that I have looked into getting one of those? And like, what if I started my own business?
Are you comfortable seeing women naked and men maybe?
I mean, maybe.
Well, you would have to be.
See, I really wanted one for myself, but then I was like, I'm going to have to teach Dwayne how to do it because
His
I
sister
can't do
has
it.
one and does it or did it.
But see, my problem is like, I want to be able to wear shorts like on a Wednesday and have tan legs.
I have like a foam.
Yeah, but then it takes
the, like, popular one.
overnight.
This one develops within the hour. You can wear it. Develops the longer you wear it.
I just want it on my skin all the time. I want a tan.
Why haven't you gotten one of those like lotions or
I have the lotion.
well, but there's better ones that are like actual, not the ones that like get darker as time goes, but the ones that like actually go on you and you get tan. Lexi had one, she was immediately tan. I have one, I'm immediately tan.
Yeah.
TikTok, I think Lexi's is like from TikTok, like a trending TikTok. And of all the things you buy on TikTok, I mean, you literally just bought an automatic moving mouse. Like,
I mean, the tan
can't
stuff
believe you
that I
haven't.
have is like, it's called Tan AF, and
but is it oil?
no, it's a foam.
Oh,
I mean, it's fine, but I have to
so not
remember.
dark enough.
No, it's fine. It's dark enough, but I have to remember to do it like the night before I want to be tan.
Oh, the one I have, I can't even remember the
Because
brand.
you got to wash it off. You just got to like sit on there for like 6 hours, then you wash it off. Like, I want to be tan like right now. Like, so I'm just going to have to get in the tanning bed. Like, I'm just going to deal with it.
No, don't do that.
I'm going to.
You're gonna look like a leather.
No.
A leather catcher.
I'm just going to get 1 month of tanning, tan for a couple days a week, get
Then
me
I
a
don't
nice
want to hear
little
you complain
tan.
about crow's feet. You're gonna get more laugh lines. You've also complained about those.
I would rather have laugh lines than translucent legs. So,
Wow.
there you go.
Wow. Okay. Preach.
So, you're lucky for being half Mexican and having olive color skin.
What are you talking about?
But one afternoon in the sun, even with a short sleeve shirt on, and you've got a nice, beautiful olive skin tone.
Okay, true. Lexi and I were my sister, we were just talking about when we were lifeguarding back in the summers.
God, yeah, my hair was so dark.
We were so dark and tan.
Yeah. And you had the craziest tan lines.
Literally horrible tan lines. But man, I've never been that dark and I will never be that dark. But guess what? Since I stopped lifeguarding, you don't catch me out in the sun in the summer.
No, you
I will
don't.
not be in the heat. That's why I'm so pale, because I hate the summer so much. And I think it's because I spent 3 of them in a chair
Yeah, true.
with hardly any sunscreen. So, I probably have a melanoma spot somewhere too, actually.
Probably.
Not really. You don't look at me like that. I don't have any. Well, previously we were doing ins and outs. Do you have any ins and outs of the week?
Oh, gosh. Well,
I didn't give you a heads up, but
no.
you were supposed to remember as co-host and co-owner of this business.
Well, in is, it's Good Friday and I have the day off. So I didn't go to work today.
Can't relate. What's your next one? Oh, well, I mean, you want to do 3 ins, 3 outs?
Oh, gosh. Another in is I'm taking advantage of this beautiful weather and we're going to the zoo tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Next.
I don't know. That's it. I can't think of any outs either, though.
None? Nothing like less than? I don't know. Soda machine didn't pour you the right drink, or
No.
Luke ran off from you, or
No. Nothing that's just going to make me... Ugh.
okay, my ins. In for the week. I got bridesmaids? dresses ironed out,
Nice.
selected, and this is what we're moving forward with.
I saw a picture of Cora's. I loved it.
Yeah,
Love the
I
color.
like it. So I'm going for champagne as like my bridal party color, but I've tried neutral champagne like that. It's just very basic and bland. And my girlies
Y'all are all pale.
are pale or ethnic. I mean, Sam is literally Mexican, and it looked horrible on her. It washed her out completely.
Yeah, it would be too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be standing like ghosts.
Yeah, it didn't look great on Sam. But I do think this new color, it's like a little more golden toned, will look good. And I think it'll look great on everybody with a tan. I think it'll fit the scene.
Yep.
And will look good with my, bright flowers, bright colored flowers.
And how many days are we away?
Brandon has a countdown on his phone.
Aww.
But I don't.
Look at you.
Hey Siri, how many days until May 31st? Because that's what I do and I want to know.
It's 63 days until then.
63.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, duh. The 31st will be 2 months.
Yeah.
That's in 2 days. Out? I don't. You know what? I don't really think I've had
Somebody
anything.
having a little positivity.
I really don't think I have any other outs. Nothing crazy's happened. Oh my God. Over the last month, this is in stray animals.
Oh, and out.
And out because, oh my God, I shouldn't have done it.
I know. You never told me how the outcome was.
Okay. So
Your snot-nosed cat that you found on the road.
now we have kitty cat. We call this one kitty cat. He's gray. I'm not sure.
Let's preface this by saying neither one of us are cat people.
No, I've never had a cat in my life. Brandon's never had a cat either. But Brandon and I feed this cat that it was skinny and scrawny and so sad over the summer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this poor little, animal. So I started feeding it. He comes around. He's got a belly. I think he might go to multiple houses. Now that is kitty cat.
That's what they do.
But he has been trapped, neutered, released because it's got like the cut, like they cut the ears. They snip the ear.
Who?
Like animal control. Whoever.
They cut their ears off?
Not off. No. They snip the tip of the ear
Why?
to let you know it is a stray cat that has been fixed. And then they release it back. They just
What?
trap, neuter, and release. Trap, neuter, TNR.
I have
You can
never
literally,
heard of this.
You can call animal control. Quit looking everywhere else but my face. I
You're
talk with
not
my
looking
hands.
at me.
I have been looking at your face this whole time.
Just now. Earlier, Jordan,
was
I
over
did
here.
not think that you were
I was
even
over
talking.
here.
I'm like, I'm not even in this conversation.
Fine. Anyway, so animal control has this program, I guess, like people who do it. They trap the stray cats, like you can report them. They will neuter them and then release them back. So like the, population doesn't just continue to grow like those stray animals.
I mean, that's better than euthanizing them, I guess.
Exactly.
But they can't keep multiplying. So, I mean, that's good. But I had never heard of such thing.
So we've got that one comes around. Now this other one just wandered up last week, maybe even the week before. It's skinny and its nose was like gunky.
You're going to make me throw up.
All I said was gunky.
That's disgusting.
It was like gray snot
out of a
stuck
cat.
on its. Oh, people get sick. This cat was sick.
I mean, it's sad that it is homeless, but
It
it's
had-
disgusting.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, a walking ringworm. Literally.
I don't touch it.
I hope not.
Maybe like the top of its head
Nasty.
with like my 3 little fingers, and then I go immediately wash my hands. Well, anyway, so its nose was gross, and then it kind of just kept hanging around my house and kept trying to like be the main cat, and I was like, no, thank you. We already have one. I already have one stray cat. Go away.
Yeah.
And that was on me for feeding it.
Did they like put up a little cat rumble, or were they like fine sharing a porch?
Oh no. Kitty cat's like, and then the other cat does not care. We'll steal its food. We'll walk up to it. That's why I'm like, well, maybe the gray kitty cat is a girl. And
It's probably
that one's fixed. I'm not sure because at first we were speculating it's a boy just because it looks like a boy. Like, I mean, you can't see, but if I were to look at it, I'm like, that's a boy cat in the face, but it doesn't make
because
sense.
it didn't have makeup on and eyelashes.
Yeah. But it has a smaller head, so maybe it's a girl because this other one.
What?
Yes, you really don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's actually factual, but the cats with smaller heads are girls and cats with big heads are boys.
Who says this?
The internet, I think. Well, anyway.
You are coming with some cat facts I have never heard of today.
Anyway, the other cat is a boy cat. He has not been neutered. I tried to call animal control because he was sick. And I was like, I literally had $200 in my bank account. I cannot take this random cat that's not my animal to the vet, but I can't have this cat die on my porch because it wants to eat my cat food.
Yeah.
Or sleep in my cat house that accidentally blew away today, and now I have to find it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was very windy today. Anyway, so I reported it to animal control. They marked that they came and tried to find it and didn't.
Of course.
And they didn't actually come try and find it because guess what? I have a Ring camera and I can check. So I had to go to Petco and fucking play veterinarian and guess what was wrong with this cat I know nothing about. I don't even know cats. I literally didn't know if it was a boy or girl at first. Now I
don't
do.
think you can tell.
This one has balls.
Cat balls? You can see them?
From the back like a dog.
Ew.
If a dog was not neutered. But yeah. So I'm like,
Or they have hair all over it, like a cat hair?
I mean, yeah.
I've never seen cat balls.
Do you want to take a picture?
No.
I mean, it's just like right under the butthole. Like there's our balls.
Don't say butthole. It's so gross.
That's a little, what am I supposed to say? I don't know another word for butthole.
You're disgusting.
Cats have buttholes.
Stop saying
Dogs
butthole.
have buttholes.
Stop saying
You
butthole.
have a butthole.
Don't say that. You're disgusting.
I don't know.
So
anyway,
what happened?
So I got some like homeopathic is like the word on it. But like some drops you put in its food or water, and it's supposed to help with like runny nose, coughing, and sneezing and stuff.
Yeah.
After me physically wiping its nose with a wet wash
Ew.
rag, he couldn't breathe. I was so freaking sad.
I mean,
I
that is
literally
sad.
cannot not. I couldn't not help this innocent.
I know. I love that about you. I probably couldn't do it either, but
There was no way. So I just like wiped its nose and cleared it a little, and then I gave him some food with the medicine. And within a couple days, Brayden thought we thought it was gonna die, and then it went from being able to breathe and like it's okay.
oh, look at you.
He hangs around.
Dr.
I haven't
Jordan.
seen it all day.
Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Literally, this cat talks to me like I'm Dr. Doolittle. I mean, me and Brayden's like, meow, meow, all the time. I'm like, why? What do you want? Why? Get off my porch.
You keep putting
eat the
food
food
out
and
there.
go away. But even after it's
He
eaten,
wants in.
I think it does. It's eating the food and it sleeps in its little house and still is trying to talk to me like it needs something. I'm like, I'm trying to help you get over your sickness, but what else?
Ungrateful.
Anyway, his name is Tomcat. Call him Tom.
Kitty cat and Tom Tom.
Kitty Cat and Tom. I don't know how long I talked about everything else. It's already been 30 minutes. I'll have to cut so much.
No.
I mean, I'm
Well,
going
we're
to.
just gonna like touch on the stories. Like we're not gonna go deep dives.
Okay, fair. Yeah. All right.
So we can get started on some stories.
Anything else you want to talk about before we jump in?
No.
What?
I was just gonna say, like, we've been gone so long and so much has happened. Like, I don't think we should talk about just what's been going on this week. Like, we need to go back.
Fine. Then how do you want to start?
Like, we've got a couple of stories that have.
Do you want to talk about these new stories, or do you want and then sprinkle in the old ones, or because all the ones we have right now are relevant to right now?
But like Princess Kate, like she's been missing for a long time,
Yeah.
and now we know why.
Mm-hmm. If you're a listener, I feel like you would have kept up with that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you'll listen to us. Okay. Fine. Proceed. You carry on. Princess Kate.
Princess Kate.
Kate Middleton.
Kate Middleton. Prince William's wife had been missing. She had not been seen in public since Christmas. And then an announcement came out that she was taking time off until Easter.
She was having abdominal surgery.
Yeah, abdominal surgery, and she would be back in her duties on Easter. But then the internet sleuths are just going crazy and like, where is she? We haven't seen her. Like, they're coming up with all these crazy scenarios. I mean, and a lot of funny memes.
And fluff pieces were coming out about Prince William's alleged mistress.
Yeah.
So everyone's like making these weird, crazy connections and like stories.
And even saying that she's dead.
Yeah.
And like, that's just crazy. So then a video came out of her.
Last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday of her and William at like this, little farm where you like buy jams and breads and stuff.
That was not her, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
There's no way it was her.
It was not her.
People there would have turned around and
I mean, it
been
literally
like,
didn't even. I mean, it looked like her, but it didn't look like her.
no.
You can't convince me that was William either.
There was no
truly.
bodyguards around her. The place wasn't cleared out. Like, you cannot have Prince William and Kate Middleton just popping in on a roadside stand. So no, I didn't think that was her. So then
that was prior to.
Yeah. So then a few days after that, a video came out of Kate by herself and saying that she has cancer. Like, she had the abdominal surgery. They removed a tumor. And then it came back as cancerous. And she is going to undergo, wasn't she going through treatment?
She is doing chemo, but there was a word before that, like proactive chemo.
Yeah, proactive chemo.
Is that real?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
You can do that?
Pre of chemo. Like,
Retroactive. Is that the right word?
no, retro would be after.
Okay, so it was preactive. Okay.
Yeah, preventative.
Preventative. I was like, oh, is preactive a word?
I don't know, but how can it
Anyway.
be preventative?
Exactly. I don't get it.
I don't know. It's still
There's also conspiracy
yeah.
about
There's so many conspiracies, and I try not to go down the rabbit holes of the conspiracies and people breaking down that video.
People are saying it's AI generated.
Yeah. Oh, but also before that, they have released a picture of her with the kids.
Oh, yes.
Like the Mother's
For
Day.
UK Mother's Day.
Yeah. And looking at the photo, it looks like a normal photo of her mom and her 3 kids.
I've literally never felt so stupid in my life because who knows what I fall for
Right?
after not seeing anything wrong with
Right?
that picture. And then I did notice
Yeah.
the things.
Once they circled, it was like 16 things.
and you could see it.
Yeah, he had like 4 fingers.
yes.
And like her hair was off and it was completely altered. But for her, she put out a statement and said, "Oh, my bad. Like,
I was trying Photoshop. I don't buy it. I don't buy
You
it.
are not Princess Kate and putting out your own statements, especially of one that you
not
messed
Princess
up.
Kate doing your own photo editing.
No, you're not putting out your own video, your own photos.
Yeah.
You're not
No,
editing it.
no.
And you're not putting out a memo to the people. There are so many channels that she has to go through before that girl even eats breakfast. Like, there's no way.
Do you think she felt forced to come out and say she had cancer or was diagnosed with cancer?
Yeah, she had to. Like, they were about to storm the palace. People were
Like, looking for her.
irate. Like,
But I
they
saw-
think she was like held prisoner or something.
But I saw that it's only like Americans who actually care.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, TikTok
I don't know
are
if that's
just
actually
like,
true, but yeah, TikTok said it.
yeah, people in the UK are just
Alleged.
like we're fine. Like, she's taking some time off. We're fine. Like, it's not a big deal. But us Americans, like, we smell conspiracy and we blow that shit up. And we come up with, 10 different scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, prayers for Princess Kate. So that's 3 people at the palace. The King
Charles.
has prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Princess Kate and Princess Fergie.
She's not at the palace.
She's not a
But
princess
she
either.
is,
But she is
she a duchess or a lady?
I think she's
She's a lady.
Duchess.
I don't know. Don't ask me the difference. They're not the same.
No, but she's still royal
She's
family.
a royal family.
And she's an ex-wife.
She's
She's Prince Andrew's wife.
ex-wife. I thought she was his daughter.
No, it's Andrew's wife.
Oh, Beatrice is their daughter.
Beatrice is their daughter.
Okay.
And Eugenia.
Yes.
Eugenia.
Yes.
Eugenia. What? How's it?
I don't know. I would have said Eugenia.
Yeah.
I can spell it.
Eugenia.
Yeah. Eugenia.
Eugenia. Something like that.
Something like that.
Now prayers for Princess Kate.
Prayers for Princess Kate. Rest up.
Yeah, she got 3 little kids. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, me too. I still believe some of the conspiracies.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I love conspiracy theories. It makes my blood just start pumping. I will go down a rabbit hole and just be like, I believe every one of them.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, and just another little backstory that we've touched on
touched on
that
already.
we've touched on previously.
Oh, okay.
That, you know, my high horse that I like to get on.
What?
Gypsy Rose.
Oh yeah. How's
Oh.
Gypsy Rose doing post jail?
Oh, Gypsy Rose and her husband of 3 months have split up.
No way.
They're separating, and she is back in the bayou with her dad and stepmom.
Wow.
Said that she really needs to focus on herself and to find out who she is.
I have her statement.
Oh, good.
You want me to read it? So they've only been separated. I mean, she's only been out of prison 3 months.
Yeah.
They've been married over a year. They got married in 2020.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, it's 2024,
Okay.
and they got married in 2020.
Yeah.
And you said they've been married for a
But
year.
everyone's saying over a year or like a year of marriage.
I mean,
So I
that's
don't
like
know.
4.
What?
That's 4 years. 2020.
I mean, 2022. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
2022.
Okay.
My bad. So I don't think it's been 2 years yet.
Okay.
I was like, 4. My bad. That was me.
Math ain't mathin'.
Okay. So anyway, so on Thursday, she posted to her private Facebook account and said, people have been asking what is going on in my life. Unfortunately, my husband and I are going through a separation, and I moved in with my parents' home down the bayou. There's a grammatical error there. I have the support of my family and friends to help guide me through this. I am learning to listen to my heart. Right now, I need time to let myself find ... who I am.
You know how I feel about Gypsy Rose.
They got married in July 2022. So almost 2 years.
Yeah.
But they've only physically been together for 3 months and they're already calling it quits.
And you know, she was talking about how fire that D was.
I
What do you think happened?
literally will never see someone who dates her in a positive light.
No.
Like, in my opinion, there will never
They're not a normal
not
person.
be an ulterior motive.
100%.
Like, she goes on to date some, normie guy next. There's no way he's normal. And like,
No.
because her name has been just so like broadcasted and like she's
infamous.
yes, like, there we go. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Like
She's always going to be known.
you can't, I don't know. You're not saying if you choose to date someone like at this stardom, infamy and a murderer, I guess, for their crimes. Like because she's got like such a public platform now, like it just won't look good for anyone she's with.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope. No, I agree.
So, I mean, I wish her the best. Hopefully you don't want her to have a normal life and like, well wishes.
No, I don't.
Well, I do.
I do not.
I want her to find like peace and happiness.
I want her mom to find peace and happiness and her mom to get the mental help that she
I
needed.
literally just think you're bitter because of your mommy issues.
I wouldn't want you to kill me and get away with it and only get 8 years of prison. If you kill me, I want them to bury you.
But you have to,
Under
Mom, we're going to
the
have this
prison.
conversation over and over. You have to think about the things that her mom did too. Like, no, murder is not the right answer.
Her mom was mentally ill. Mentally ill.
What was Gypsy supposed to do? We can't even talk about it. We can't even go into it because it's going to be 30
Tell the
minutes.
fucking police.
She tried to tell people. They didn't believe her. She
Tell
literally
someone
tried.
else. Tell someone else.
You think the cops would have believed her?
I think it could have been called fucking DPS or something, and like some kind of case could have been opened.
Yes.
I would
Something
much
else
rather
could
her
have happened.
mother
You're right.
be in prison for 60 years for having her daughter Munchausen, operations. She should be paid. She should pay for those crimes. Absolutely.
She did.
Should she be in death?
Oh, the mother?
Yeah.
I mean, no, but
Okay.
Yes.
Like, that's my point.
I don't know. Okay. Well, she has literally done the time for her crime.
Well,
paid
I
her
needed to be on
dues.
that jury because I would have given her more than 8 years. 10 years, and she got out in
You
8.
probably would have seen more evidence of like the mother's wrongdoing too or something.
Yeah, but
And I'm pretty
she's
sure
not
Gypsy
the
Rose
fucking
is
judge and
mentally
jury.
ill.
And if Nick Godejohn gets fucking life, that bitch should get half. She should have gotten more.
I'm
Like,
over
I
it.
just don't understand. And how we're trying to like make her famous. No, thank you.
Now, I did
thank
see
you.
that I did see her that her like lawyers and stuff said she needed to cut back on social media or she was going to land in prison
Smart.
again. So I think that's why she deleted her Instagram.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like she was posting on her private page because I think she is trying to step back and wants to
I
have
hope
normalcy.
someone is finally like got a hold of her and be like, stop talking about.
You made your money. Now go.
Yeah. Stop talking about it. Be a normal person. That's what you wanted. You got it. Now be a normal person.
She's trying and she's going through normal people's stuff like divorce. Leave her alone.
Yeah, she got married in prison. Like, that's not going to be normal. Sorry. Like, I watched Love After Locked Up.
Exactly. I 100% agree. No person who fan mails you.
Yeah, and then you marry
yeah,
somebody?
no
No,
way.
thank you.
No
That's
way.
not. No, they've got mental issues.
It's not going to last. Exactly. They have mental issues.
All right, what else?
So a big thing has been Diddy, and we've talked about Diddy on here previously.
Yes.
His lawsuit from Cassie and
Sexcapades.
Lil Rod, J Rod, I don't even know.
Little Rod.
Lil Rod. Okay. Well, his house got stormed last week.
Both houses.
Both houses got stormed last week by the FBI. Raided. His kids were in handcuffs. He was nowhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Miami. And allegedly, he has a drug mule who is the one who secures all of his date rape drugs and whatever the hell he gives all these women and, people.
Just a normal little white kid.
A normal little white kid was arrested at the Miami airport amid the home raids. And there were videos of Diddy in Miami, like while his home was being raided, just pacing back and forth outside of a hotel.
Can you imagine?
I hope he was shitting bricks.
I hope
he was
so.
sweating bullets.
I hope so. And when I see that, I immediately went to Aubrey O'Day's page.
What did Aubrey say?
What you reap is what you sow, or what you sow is what you reap.
Has she previously come out against him?
So Aubrey O'Day, she was in a girl group called Danity Kane, which started on a show called Making the Band, which was on MTV that Puff Daddy produced.
What's a Danity Kane song right now?
I've got two on my.
Okay. Sing one or like.
I don't know. I don't know right now. Hold on.
My head goes.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
We in the car. We ride
Ride
slow.
slow.
We do the things that the girls don't do.
Yeah.
The boys care. They smile back. I don't even know that's the right word. Some in the Cadillac.
Let's see.
Back seat of the Cadillac. Rainbow in the Cadillac. I don't even know.
Danity.
We in the car. We ride slow.
And there's another one. There's
Yes.
two good
now,
ones.
what is the other one? Because I can only think of two also.
Showstopper.
Showstopping. Showstopping.
And
okay. There's another one. You know more?
no, it's like the one where he works from home or something.
It doesn't matter. But I was just asking because I couldn't remember it, and I knew you. I was hoping you could remember. I literally have vivid memories of watching Making the Band.
Oh, me too.
home.
Me too.
We in the car.
Yeah, that's the only one I can remember, and I don't.
Show stopping. I don't remember the rest of the words.
We in the Jordan, that's gonna be in my head.
You're gonna play it right now.
I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Because when you're laying in bed and you can't get a song stuck out of you, it's stuck in your head and you can't get it out of your head. The trick is to go ahead and sing it, finish it out as far as you can sing it, and be done with it. Because then it's out of your brain.
It goes away.
Yeah.
Danity Kane. Wait. What band is Camila Cabello from? Cabello?
Fifth Harmony.
Fifth Harmony gives me Danity Kane vibes.
Yeah. I don't want to find it right now. That's fine.
Okay.
But we know what we're talking about. Showstopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Aubrey O'Day.
Yes, and she has ended up coming out after Danity Kane broke up, because literally that was probably like 2000 and three.
I mean, early 2000s.
I mean, yeah, literally.
Fact check it if you need me to.
Yeah, I mean it was way early.
Yeah.
And she was like the best one in the group, but he rode her hard. He made her do all like the the grunt work. And back then he had these like weird camps that groups would go to, like
Yes.
like
I remember a boy band on
yeah,
there.
like boy band group vibes.
Yeah.
Like they would live together and they would train together and they would dance together. But he would like dog her so hard. And she ended up coming out like after it, and the show was canceled. Dandy Kane just didn't.
She was literally the face. So I'm sure that's why.
Yeah. On like what a weird guy he is, and they stole all their money. Like their contracts weren't like sealed, and like he's just not a good businessman.
Shady.
Very shady. So I immediately went to her, and everything that comes out about Diddy, like she's always
responding.
Mm-hmm. So I immediately went to her page, and she was like, yeah, I mean, what you reap is what you sow. Like we knew this was going to eventually happen.
You know who else is a diehard Diddy hater?
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
He is coming hard for 50 Cent.
Yes. No.
I mean, he's coming hard for Diddy. Yes, his ex-baby mama, 50's
was named in this lawsuit.
Yes.
As a sex worker?
As a trafficked sex worker.
Oh, okay. So I also saw an article come out saying that 50 Cent was suing her for full custody because she was named as a alleged
They've got
sex
a 12-year-old
worker.
son.
So she was trafficked? Like she had no choice in that.
She had no choice. And traffic just means like you're being forced to have sex with somebody else. Like
she was pimped out.
She was pimped out.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't think she had any.
That's so sad.
Same with Cassie.
True.
Like Cassie can't say anything, but her boyfriend or her new husband is the one that came out and said, you know, that all this fucking shady stuff. And now like weird videos are coming out. Did you see the one with Justin Bieber?
Oh yeah. I saw those. I mean, months ago, like weeks ago.
So he's like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he's in a video with Diddy, and Diddy's like, yeah, he came here to do his like, training, and we can't really talk about what was going on, but he knows what's happening. And poor little 15-year-old Justin Bieber looks like.
He looks uncomfortable.
It looks like somebody is probably stabbing him. And he's trying not to make a move. He's trying to still smile through the weirdness.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Diddy had like legal custody of him. And he was like 13 years old.
Of Justin Bieber?
Of Justin Bieber. Because he had to go to LA and like stay there for a while. Which is the same thing that happened with Usher.
Who is Justin Bieber's like mentor.
Yes. Who was a protege of Diddy.
Diddy was Usher's mentor?
Yes, when Usher was like 13. He did the same thing. And I saw a video of Usher
had custody of Justin Bieber.
Yes. Usher was on Howard Stern. He was like, yeah, I was 13 at those parties with Diddy, and I saw a lot of things that I did not understand and did not know how to process.
That's
so
disgusting.
I just want to know, where are all the people? I told you Diddy had these weird parties.
Yes.
I told you that months ago.
It was, alleged. That was one of the first things you said. That is insane.
I want to know why aren't these people that were at this party, at multiple of these parties, why aren't they saying anything? Like what are y'all so afraid of?
Nobody wants to be the whistleblower because they're powerful men.
This is a sexual trafficking ring. These are predators preying on younger, vulnerable children, women, boys. Like, where are these people that are participating in these parties?
I mean, no one's going to talk. No one would be willing to talk. I feel like there's just so much over the little person's head. Yeah. Like, they're going to be axed real quick or, sued
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Like,
this is going to be as big
terrifying.
This is going to be as big as Jeffrey Epstein.
And we better get more out of it, because the fact that we haven't seen that freaking list.
I mean, that was nothing. That was nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I was wanting like major news to come out of that, and nothing. The people that are on the list, like, we don't know.
Okay, hold on. Diddy had custody Justin Bieber for 48 hours.
Oh, that's weird. Did you see the video where he adopted this like 15-year-old white girl?
Okay, that was debunked. Ava, whatever, is best friends with his twin daughters and has grown up with them since she was 6 months old. So she had said she had known him since she was 6 months or whatever. She literally
That's his daughter's best friend.
yes.
Okay.
And it was like a
didn't-
joke video satire, apparently.
Okay.
So the internet misconstrued that one and ran with
Of
it.
course. But you know me, I'm going to fall for a conspiracy theory.
I had to keep going with it. That's a rabbit hole I fell through.
Yeah.
Yes, she is fine. She's not under Diddy's care. She was never under Diddy's care. She just grew up with his daughters as best friends.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's pray for the takedown. Diddy. Where's J-Lo?
J-Lo.
Yeah.
J-Lo's not going to say anything.
Oh, she should.
Diddy is probably the one who told her to lie about the Bronx.
She lied about the gun thing, the gun charges, when that whole big thing happened when she was with Diddy and they were at a club in New York and someone
She lied for him?
Yeah.
Okay, she's not going to speak out against him.
True. She should.
I'm telling you, money talks and people have been paid off.
Yeah. People are scared of Hollywood moguls.
Yeah.
Speaking
he killed
of,
Tupac. Allegedly.
Yes. Speaking of, moving to the next story.
Oh my God, who? What?
Nickelodeon.
Oh, yes. I don't know how long this episode's going to be.
I told you we need to just touch on these stories, and we're going so
We
deep.
don't know how to do that.
So Nickelodeon.
I mean, this one we'll just touch on, okay? Quiet on Set. Hope you all watched it. There's going to be a 5th episode. Boom, done. There you go. Is that not enough for you?
No, it's not.
Okay. To give me 3 sentences on the summary of Quiet on Set. Quiet on Set was a
4-part docuseries
docuseries on the underbelly of Nickelodeon as a child star
in the 2000s.
in the early 2000s. Well, 2000s.
Yeah.
Dan Schneider is the golden boy of Nickelodeon. He is responsible for shows like All That, The Amanda Show. He has a production company called Schneider's Bakery. He's responsible for iCarly.
And people of my generation would know him from Head of the Class. He was
So
the
when they
fat
said
guy
that, I
on
did
Head of the
not
Class.
know people knew that because that's not my generation.
Yeah, it's my generation. We
He
watched
started-
Head of the Class.
he started as an
Holly
actor.
Robinson Pete is on there.
I couldn't tell you who that is.
She was married to Mike Tyson, and he beat her.
She's blonde?
No, she's black, and
No,
she's
don't
got
know.
big curly hair, and she's beautiful. Holly Robinson.
Okay.
Holly Robinson Pete. No.
Anyway, okay. So a documentary came out alleging that Dan Schneider manipulated, verbally abused his workers,
Yeah.
like employees from the writing staff to the actors
Yeah.
that he was employing as children.
And the first 2 episodes, we were like, ew, Dan Schneider is disgusting piece of
fucking creep.
shit. He is creep. You could tell he has like a foot fetish just by this. I mean, back then.
He has like this complex, and he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think everything that he was doing has to relate back to
Him being fat?
his weight and the way he was treated.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was him.
See, I feel like there's 2 parts of him. Like, I feel like the way he treated his writers and demanding massages and demanding people talk inappropriately, that's one side of him. But
You don't think that could relate back to him being like the fat guy always, the one who's like,
yeah, the fat guy, yeah, he wants the attention, he wants people
yeah,
to
because
like him.
he can command it now.
He can command it. But the other side of him, where he is implementing scenes with children having stuff
Okay,
shot
fair. I don't
into
feel
their
like that relates
faces,
back. I do
or
think, yeah,
simulating sex,
that's just fucking creepy.
or simulating like actual foot fetishes. Like that's a separate side.
Yeah. I also just feel like he was continuing to push the boundary on the things that he could get away with.
Yeah.
And just kept going. He's a narcissist. Like,
100%.
it was all
And it was
to benefit
sick,
him
it
and
was
his
sad.
ego.
And it's very sad that the parents were scared to speak up
They wanted
about
their kids famous.
because they did not want their kids to get fired.
Yeah.
And
I have some words for that one freaking mother, Brandy's mom.
yeah,
I mean, you got to be kidding me.
it's sick. And this is what I think about, because when you were that age, you were watching those shows and you were literally from 7 to 12, you wanted nothing more than to have your own show on Nickelodeon.
We went to a little casting call in middle
Yes.
school just for fun because I wanted to.
Yes. And to see the things that could have happened if we were to pursued that, I mean, it's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary that mothers, parents that want their children to pursue their dreams, and they get into a situation where they are actually getting famous and actually making money, and then they start providing for their entire family, but are actually like being, I don't even know the word, like portrayed, manipulated.
They were like the parents. Whoa, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the parents, the children, they were all like under they were depending on this paycheck. So they were willing to make somebody happy and let these kids perform these scenes. Did they not understand that looks like you're jerking off a potato?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
Is that not like you're letting your daughter lay on her back and have waterboarded
I'm not
on
entirely
her
sure
face?
how involved Ariana's parents were, because those are specific scenes Dan Schneider made her film.
But where are the other adults?
Afraid of their boss, afraid of losing their paycheck. So the cameramen and stuff were like, yeah, that was weird, but no one was going to speak out against him because of the power he had. I mean, they wanted their career, they wanted the money, like they weren't willing to sacrifice their job.
That's so sad. It is so sad, and it is so damaging, and
Yes.
you can't come back from, some of these kids can't come back from that. It has really debilitated their lives. Some of these kids have taken their own lives. Some of them have become alcoholics. Some of them have filed bankruptcy. Some of them have gone and been arrested. Some of them have repeated these same patterns and have gotten in trouble with children.
Yep.
And that does not even touch the next 2 episodes of that series.
Well, that last part, continuing the abuse, can be seen in Drake Bell, which is mentioned in the 3rd and 4th episode. He was molested and manipulated, sexually assaulted,
abused,
by a worker on set who was a dialogue coach, and his dad was a big hands-on parent.
Drake's dad.
Yes. Did we say his name already?
You mentioned it, but then
My bad.
You
Drake Bell. I definitely didn't mention Drake Bell.
Yeah.
Drake Bell's dad was a very hands-on parent.
Who was on Josh and Drake?
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh. Really? That's what it's called?
Yes.
Drake and Josh.
So he was on all that. He was on the Amanda Show. And then he was picked to have his own show called Drake and Josh with Josh Peck.
Yeah. Was he bigger than Josh?
Yes. He was like the hot, cool one.
Because Josh was like the funny fat one.
The funny fat one.
Yeah.
Until later seasons, Josh lost all his weight and was also cute. But it was Drake. Like, he was the cool guy playing the guitar for the girls. He was the ladies' man on the show.
Yeah. And this poor kid was being abused by
during these times.
Yeah.
By a dialogue coach that had befriended him and his family. His dad had warned him against him and tried to like keep them separated and be there at all times.
Because his dad got a bad feeling about this guy.
Yeah. And then this guy, what's his name?
Dan Schneider.
No.
Peck. Brian Peck.
Brian Peck got into Drake's ear. They were spending more time together, and he convinced him to like leave his dad, like move in with his mom.
Yeah.
And the one thing the dad said to the mom was, do not let Brian Peck alone around, our son. And the mom didn't want to drive to auditions. Brian Peck offered. So they were spending car rides together. They were practicing lines. He was staying the night at this guy's house. And he was being groomed like it starts innocently with a hand on the shoulder and the lower back, and then Drake was like sleeping in the bed, and then one night it went further, and the guy apologized after, and he thought it would never happen again until it did, and then
there's no turning back.
There was none for Drake at the time until
no one to turn to.
Yeah, he couldn't even tell his dad. Even after like the lawsuit happened.
Yeah.
This is like a whole recap of this.
Yeah.
You're supposed to touch on it.
We are supposed to touch on it, but you're just reading stuff off the internet.
I'm literally not reading anything. I have very big feelings about this.
I know.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It's very upsetting.
And to know like those were the shows that you were watching, that's your whole generation. Like that's
literally
so sick. It's so sad because I have never watched 1 second of Josh and Drake.
Drake and Josh.
I don't know
why you say that.
I don't know, because I just know Josh
You
more.
know Josh Peck, yeah.
Yeah. I've never watched 1 second of that. I've never watched 1 second of Victorious. I've never watched 1 second of all that. Never.
You
And
never liked Nickelodeon, to be honest.
No, I just don't like, I don't know. I don't like cheese.
Parents don't sit and watch Nickelodeon or Disney with their kids often. I mean, those are typically safe channels. Like those are the ones you would prefer your kids to watch.
Would like you to go in your room and watch by yourself. Like that's fine. Like you're not watching like something crazy on like FX or something. It's Nickelodeon.
Thinking about it in hindsight, like it's crazy because a generation was groomed, because
a whole generation was groomed.
Brandon and I talk about these things, like what we watched it together. So we were talking about like remembering these episodes and remembering all of this and blah, blah, blah. And then like to think about like us being like, meh, like not uncomfortable with like these, I mean, you could literally quote unquote, these are like kinks that they were showing. Like we're just like shrug our shoulders at like a foot fetish or
because you didn't know any better,
because what we were seeing then, I mean, feet are fine, like it's normal or whatever, you know. It's crazy. It's crazy to really think about.
It's crazy the amount of manipulation that happened, manipulation / grooming that happened to an entire generation of kids.
And as kids, it's like subliminal. Like kids don't think anything of the feet or
I mean, it's just like watching
whatever.
It's just like watching like a literal Disney cartoon. They make a little adult jokes.
Yeah, but they go over kids' heads.
But they want to keep the parents interested enough to, you know, to take their kids to the movies. But like the actual channels, the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, those were safe channels. Like we didn't have to sit there and monitor what our kids were watching. And to think that you were watching that, it makes me sick. Yeah. It's literally sick.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy. But I wonder if any parents or how many parents actually like were watching this on like a Sunday night with their kids, like in the same room and just being like,
just like shrugging shoulders, like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or parents like wrote in and be like, this is inappropriate for children.
They were literally hosting like contests for kids to send them pictures of their feet. Like,
that's so crazy.
And kids were. I mean, kids were literally like wanting to be on the iCarly website or whatever, broadcasted on TV. Like, it's crazy. Thinking nothing of it.
Yeah. But you know what's even crazier?
What?
Is the fact that that we now have to set aside in our brains to be like, oh my God, I cannot have my kid take a picture of their feet and send it into this child's station because these fucking perverts out here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like we're having to literally
But it was perverts who were asking for the feet in the first place. Just no one was thinking of that because
it was separated because that was for kids.
Yeah.
But for these perverts to even exist, like we are now having to talk to a generation about what they saw as children because these fucking perverts made it a thing.
Yeah.
Back then, we didn't know that them getting shot with yogurt on their face is an actual like cum shot in a porn.
But I feel like you said perverts. So I feel like they weren't as like known about, like these communities weren't
True.
broadcasted like they are because we have social media, like and the internet. I mean, they've obviously gotten worse, but
yeah,
like,
back
you
in my
wouldn't
parents'
have
generation,
known.
there
I
wasn't
mean,
even a word for pedophile. Like that wasn't a word.
but it was for sure happening just as much as it's happening now, you know?
Yeah, yeah. 100% was still happening, but it was just a smaller group of people and they were more quiet about it. Like we didn't know about it. It wasn't prevalent on internet.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's scary.
Scary.
If I would have asked you, would you have taken a picture of my feet? Like if I didn't like drawn like smiley faces or something on my feet and like said I was going to be featured on, you know, Nickelodeon or whatever, would you have done it? Because I was like adamant about it and like it would have been funny.
I would have.
Because you wouldn't have thought anything more than
I
it's
would've.
just like
If you would
a
have
silly
said
gimmick for kids.
If you would have said, "Hey, take a picture of my hair," and your butt was in the shot, then I would have been like, "No." Or if it was a picture of
something
like your
that's more
torso,
typically sexualized,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah. Like I didn't think feet were. I also was young too,
Well, that's true.
but I didn't know a foot fetish was a thing
Yeah.
in the 2000s. I mean, I was only in my literally
20s, early
20s.
20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole point was that there are 4 episodes and there's a surprise fifth episode coming out April 7th on Investigation Discovery. And it's also streaming on Max or will be streaming on Max.
People should watch it.
I mean, it's eye-opening.
It's
really
eye-opening.
sad.
It's very sad.
And the age of social media where parents are like exploiting their children for like money on TikTok and like, you know, any sort of social media where they have no issue putting their kids in, you know, dresses or eating whatever.
Or makeup.
And makeup. I hope it gives like people a second thought.
I hope it
about
does.
that.
I hope it does. I know people who, I mean, in our direct family that don't put their kids on social media. Like I would never mention their kids on here just for that reason, because I respect them as parents. Like they don't want their kids on social media. I'm like, that's amazing that you even have the wherewithal to even think something like that.
Yeah.
When other parents are
Here's my kid
literally
eating a lemon. Here's my kid walking down the street. Yeah.
here's my kid eating a pickle.
Yeah.
It's just like, you don't realize that some people take that video and just, I don't know, sick people.
And like, even though your stuff's like, you know, private, doesn't mean that it's not vulnerable.
Exactly.
I know a couple girls, I guess from high school, that have kids now, and they post like hearts over their kids' faces or like something where it like blocks
There's
out
a few
their
celebrities
identity.
that do that. Kristen Bell and Dax.
She was like Kristen Bell was like a big leader in the whole celebrities' kids not being exploited and posted on the internet. I think she was literally, her and Dax were like the main.
The main crusaders. Yeah, I think that's true. And I think that's great.
Because they're right. Like,
we don't need to see their kids.
Exactly. And their kids don't have a say in it. Like it shouldn't be okay.
No, it shouldn't.
It takes away from their identity.
Yeah.
And their choices. I mean, they're literally being exploited.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, remember how happy we were at the beginning of
we
this?
were, but again, we have, you know, strong feelings on it, as everyone should.
Yeah.
I don't have really any lighter stories, to be honest.
I have a little bit of Vanderpump news.
Okay, well, let me mention Beyonce's album dropped today. You don't care?
I do not, actually. No.
Beyonce dropped the Renaissance Act to Cowboy Carter. She is switching. What are you doing?
I'm gonna turn these blinds.
Oh, she's jumping between genres, but this one's kind of like its own.
Did you say genre?
Oh. Sorry. Let me repeat that. She's jumping between genres. When I said it, it sounded
like you were saying jungle.
It felt weird. She's kind of implementing her own sound and old country and new country. Like, it's Beyonce's country album, but it's not like your stereotypical country.
She said it is not a country album.
What did she say it is?
It's a Beyonce album.
Okay, fair, because it's Beyonce's take on country. Because
Have you heard any of it?
I
I mean, I've only heard like
It came out today and I haven't had time to listen to it, but it is on my to-do list. I literally meant to I want to listen to Jolene, and I want to listen to the other songs with Post Malone and Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
She also collabed with Willie Nelson, but that's not in my wheelhouse. So my main priorities are those three.
Yeah.
I mean, Miley's probably my priority, but the one Post Malone. But my coworkers have said like it's good. Now there's 27 songs, and I feel like that's
nuts.
a lot. I don't know if I can get through that. I will give it a listen. I'm not like the biggest Beyonce fan.
Yeah.
But she is good at what she does. Like,
for sure.
You know, she is a pop star.
Yeah.
She's probably my number 2 rated pop star.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely the biggest. I mean, number 2 biggest.
It's weird because the biggest in her respected R&B pop area.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Swift is obviously the other one we're talking about.
Yeah.
But they're like respected in their own spaces. Their spaces, I don't feel like really cross over too often, honestly.
I think you're either a Swiftie or you're in the Beehive. Like, I don't think you could be both.
I feel like you can be both because they're separate artists and have separate sounds.
I don't think so. I think you're one or the other. I mean, I think you could appreciate the other because they're so
But
big.
you don't think you can be a fan of both?
I know
multiple people
you
who
could
have
be
gone.
a fan, but you're not I mean, you are a Swiftie. I
No.
don't think that you would be in the Beehive.
Now I appreciate Beyonce, but I know
Exactly.
that it is possible to be both. I know
don't
plenty
think
of
so.
girls
I
who
think
went to the
you're-
Renaissance tour and the Eras tour and respectively dressed the occasion for each because they love
Really?
both. Yes. They're both pop icons in their own respective way.
Yeah.
I feel like because they have such different sounds.
Well, I mean, I feel if you're a fan of both, you're just probably a fan jumper, a bandwagon
No, you're
jumper.
a pop girly.
No, you're a bandwagon jumper. Pick one.
What? Why?
Pick one.
Where, you know how they have Venn diagrams where it's like 2 circles and then like it overlaps? Where are your Beyonce and Taylor stats? Because why do they have to be so one or the other when they have overlapping?
I don't feel like they're overlapping that much.
Okay, so then why couldn't you be a fan of both?
You can appreciate one and be a fan of the other.
But why? You don't have Taylor Swift pop.
I feel like there's only in your brain you should only have one main person and then everybody else falls under that umbrella.
You can't be a stan of multiple people?
I mean a stan, no, you can't. That's what a stan is. Like
Okay,
you're
okay.
a fan of that one person.
Okay.
You could appreciate everybody else, but you're only a Swiftie. I don't think you can be a Swiftie and in the Beehive. I don't think so.
I disagree.
Well, that's how the world goes around. Different strokes for different folks.
Fair. I think you're wrong, but it's okay.
And you're not in the Beehive.
No,
so-
I'm not. But that's why I'm like, maybe you're just thinking of me specifically.
No. I mean, like,
I had a Taylor Swift themed bachelorette party. I am a Swiftie.
well, for 100%.
But I like Beyonce.
Well, of course. You also like Post Malone. You also like Olivia Rodrigo.
I'm Olivia Rodrigo stan.
No, you're a Taylor Swift stan.
No.
You're an Olivia Rodrigo.
I'm a Livy.
Fan.
That's what they're called.
A Livy.
She calls her fans Livies.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I saw her on her first tour.
I remember.
Yeah. I listened to her music.
I do like her music.
Anyway, whatever. Okay. Last ones we have are the New York City assaults on women.
My
Or do you want to
gosh.
touch on the Ariana Maddox?
Oh, a little bit on
Vanderpump.
Vanderpump. We're literally on like episode 9 of Vanderpump Rules this season. And Ariana, you know, is involved with Scandival and everything. We were so excited for Vanderpump to come back. But when they come back, it has been, to us, it has been 10 months since Vanderpump happened.
But for them?
Since Scandival happened. But for them, they picked up filming only 3 months afterwards.
Okay.
So the whole Scandival broke in March. That's when the last episode was filmed. That's when they picked the cameras back up. That's when we found out Tom had
So
an
what's showing
affair.
now is from March?
Is from March, April, May, June. Is from June.
From June.
So
okay.
they've only had 3 months.
Oh, God. Okay.
But we start watching it in February. So we have literally had 10 months to get over it and move on past Scandival. So now we're all reliving the aftermath of Scandival.
Okay.
And Ariana is coming off like such a fucking mean girl victim.
But do you not remember when, before the season aired, she specifically said people were going to turn on her?
Yeah, we are. We are.
So
we are.
She was correct. That's what's happening.
She is correct. She is still living in the house with Sandoval.
At that point in filming.
No, as of today.
No, as of today,
March
she
29th.
bought a new house.
Well, yes, that's in the news. She just bought a new house.
Yes, as of today, March 29th.
Okay, so that is 1 year because the Scandival broke.
Scandival.
Yeah.
So post-cheating.
Post-cheating. So they lived together for a whole year.
That's crazy.
And she has told every one of her friends that she will not have mutual friends with him. And everyone else in the group, like, they hated him. Like, he was the literal devil. Like, we all wanted to throw picks at him and want him to, fail. And he's the worst person in the whole entire world.
So they chose her side at that point.
We as Americans chose her side at that point.
Fair enough.
So now that Scandival has been a year later, and now we're picking back up and rewatching this, or watching this as after this whole thing. And she is still so angry and so bitter, and is telling her friends who are actual co-workers who have to film with him that she will not have mutual friends with him. So now Sheena, who was with Raquel when they found out that this all happened, she is like, you know what? Raquel's gone. Like, she's done. Like, there's no mention of her. I mean, there's a couple mentions of her, like, but
the first few episodes,
yeah. But we've all like moved on, and Ariana is not letting us move on. She still wants us to be mad at Tom Sandoval, and we're all like, "Girl, fucking move on! Like, you are living in his house. Y'all share a house.
New boyfriend.
You got a new boyfriend
immediately.
8 days later.
You're freaking kidding. I didn't know it was that quick.
March 1st is when Scandival broke.
Right.
She went to a wedding in Mexico.
And that's where she met him.
The next weekend, and literally met her new boyfriend 8 days later.
And they're still together, correct?
They're still together.
But she is still
100%.
okay.
So this latest episode, Tom is like, when he finally talks to her, we went 9 episodes where they have not spoke. They live in the same house. He's down in the kitchen and she's upstairs getting ready. And they have to pass each other in the hallway, or one of them has a party and the other has to leave. It is the weirdest, most uncomfortable thing.
I cannot even imagine.
It's terrible.
What?
But she wants to sell the house. He says, I don't want to sell the house. Let me buy you out.
Right.
She says, if I have to move and pick up my life, you do too. You don't get to stay here and be comfortable and just let someone move out and keep this house that we built.
But she wants to move out.
She doesn't want to live with him, but she don't want to give him what he wants. So she stopped paying her half of the mortgage for 8
She was a squatter.
months. She was a squatter, but she didn't want to sell. I mean, she didn't want Tom to buy her out. She wanted to sell the house. Neither one of them got it.
What the fuck?
And Tom was like, I'm offering you 3 times the amount of money that you put into this house just for you to pick up and leave and get out. And she said, no, not going to do it. You're going to leave too. So now she's just looking like a fucking bitter bitch. It's just disgusting.
My gosh.
So then they all go on this trip. And of course, Sandoval goes. Ariana does not go.
Okay.
Katie does not go because they are just fucking bitter
Katie
Betties.
has been a bitter Betty since day one.
Yes. Now that her and, Schwartz are divorced, But them two girls are just so fucking bitter and they're
miserable.
They're miserable.
Together. Misery loves company.
Yes. So then the other people go on the trip. They have a couple of breakthroughs with Sandoval. Like, you know what? We need to give this guy a chance. He is remorseful. Finally.
I have major feelings about that. I mean, it's fine,
he didn't cheat on them. This is what I say. I hated Sandoval more than anybody ever. But he didn't cheat on me. He didn't cheat on me.
Okay, your best friend gets cheated on. You're also in the same friend circle. You're going to not listen to your best friend who was cheated on and remain friends with said person.
So they go on this trip and Sandoval apologizes to the people in the group. Finally, because he's finally taken accountability, because before he was just like,
He hadn't. It wasn't working.
I'm sorry, but we weren't doing this together. I'm sorry, but I really fell in love with Raquel. So he wasn't taking accountability. So him and Sheena had a heart to heart, and he was finally like, I am so sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt you. And that's all everybody wants to hear is I'm sorry I hurt you, because this affected her, because
they were good friends.
They were good friends. But he didn't cheat on you. He didn't cheat on you. I understand that you're still friends with her. I understand 100%. But let me apologize. Let me be friends with you too. And Ariana is saying,
He's like, no.
I'm not going to have mutual friends. It's me or him. So Sheena is such a people pleaser, and she wants to be friends with Ariana. So it's sad. It's sad to see
But does she actually want to be friends with Sandoval too?
She was friends with Sandoval first.
Is that why she had such a hard time with it?
Yeah.
Devastated.
Because even during COVID, when the show stopped filming, her podcast was on hiatus. She had no money coming in, and she was pregnant. Sandoval gave her money, like put $7,000 in her Venmo account on a Sunday afternoon. She didn't even know.
Wow.
He's a nice guy. He's a fucking narcissist and a cheater. And I do not believe that he should have a girlfriend, period. I think he needs to take accountability and take a little self.
Do you think he's actually capable of feeling remorse?
I think he's feeling it now. I think he
Not
got
for the cameras.
I hope it's not for the cameras. I hope he got kicked in the balls enough to finally say, oh my God, I'm the most hated fucking person in America. I need to self-reflect. That's what he needed, is some self-reflection.
And that like kind of did happen. So what you're seeing now on Vanderpump is kind of that point when everyone was like, everybody hated Sandoval.
Yeah. And everyone is now like, you know what? We can't hate this guy forever.
Right.
Like,
that's not how the world works.
That's not how, I mean, we got to move on.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you got cheated on and you are never going to speak to him. But like, he didn't cheat on us.
Go to therapy, and the natural progression is to move on.
And I don't think she wants to go to therapy. I think she just wants to live in her bitterness, and it shows, and it looks disgusting, and nobody wants to be her friend.
Well, on the upside for her, she was just announced the new host of Love Island UK.
She keeps getting fucking shit.
Yeah. And at what point does it stop? Because Sandoval, like you said, happened a year ago.
Yeah. I hope it stops soon. I really do. When it first happened and she was getting all these...
She was Roxy in Chicago on Broadway.
She was on Dancing with the Stars.
She was on Law and Order.
She just got things handed to her, which is the first. Like, we've never seen this kind of happen.
No, we have not.
We've never seen this happen in reality TV.
No.
So now that Raquel has a podcast and she has come out and she's watching the shows and she's having her podcast each week, and to hear her growth as she has come out of months of intense therapy, to hear how she knows how she was manipulated and how Sandoval is such a narcissist and completely manipulated the situation, changed her perception of reality, informed this person who would do this to another person. Like, I don't think she would have done that to a friend 5 years ago.
Right.
Like, she was completely fucking manipulated. It's scary. This Bambi-eyed bitch. Like, that's what Lala called her. And
literally.
And literally. And I don't think anybody will ever be friends with her again.
Probably not. She wasn't really like in the group anyway.
No.
So like they were coworkers.
Yeah, coworkers. And now that she's removed herself from the situation, like she's never going to go back.
It was the best thing she could have ever done for herself.
100%. Hopefully she goes off and has a normal life. But I'm
Did you see she walked in a fashion
She
week
did. Yeah, she walked in a show on Fashion Week in New York. But this podcast has really.
I listened. Do you listen?
I listen. Yeah. I didn't listen to this last one. I kind of
haven't
fast
listened to the last one
forward
yet.
because she has a therapist on, and it's talking about like grooming and how like, you know, how she was groomed the whole entire time, which is 100% true. And James groomed her because he was an alcoholic and she covered up for him so much. But to hear her be so grown up and like take accountability and grow from the situation when Ariana is clearly not growing from this situation, it's not
Speaks volumes.
speaks volumes. Yeah.
Down off your
Yeah. That's my Vanderpump. I can
soapbox.
sit back.
Moving on. Do you want to talk about the New York acts, or do you want to talk about? Okay, moving on. New true crime, real life happenings
Literally
in New York
unfolding
City
on TikTok.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. Take it away.
So I saw this one video of this girl who was obviously had been crying, and she had a goose egg on the side of her head that looked like a golf ball. And she is telling a story how she was walking in New York City, looking down at her phone, and some guy just fucking punches her in the side of the head. And everyone on TikTok land was like, "Oh my God, what the hell's happening?" So she calls the police. Like, but the guy is like, it knocked her down. She blacked out. Like, the guy was gone apparently. Well, since then, 5 other girls have come out on TikTok saying
they were punched in the head or face.
saying they were punched in the face by some random guy, and they're walking in New York looking down on their phone.
So freaking scary.
Which crazier part is Bethany Frankel, who is a former Real Housewife of New York. This happened to her too.
I saw she deleted her comment
Yeah, because she posted a comment saying, "Oh my God, this happened to me too."
like a few weeks ago.
So she posted her own video.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
A follow-up.
A follow-up video, and she was in a cute little bodega. It had like dairy cheeses and like.
When this happened to her?
Yes.
Okay.
Her driver was outside. It was her by herself in this little store. She said it was like as big as like a bathroom. And she was looking around at like the cheeses and the jams and the jellies. And then she walked out, and this guy just literally hit her in the face.
So she wasn't on her phone like all the other girls.
She was not on her phone, but
Just
she was
random
walking
attack.
out. Just random attack. And she walked out. This guy hit her in the face as she was walking out of the building. But her driver, who's also her security guard, was like gave him a nod saying like, this guy just like punched me in the face. But she didn't want to like draw attention because she didn't know if this guy was going to turn around and hit her again, because he just like hit her and walked away. And she like freaked out. This happened to her too. So since then, the police have like pulled surveillance videos, or not surveillance videos,
some sort of CCTV. Which
around,
is still like surveillance.
yeah,
right?
around
Security.
other businesses, and they've caught one guy, but they don't know if it's the same guy has done everybody, but it's at least one guy who hit one lady. How scary is that?
I don't know if it's really a conspiracy. I don't know, a theory, I guess, that it has like resulted from like the dark web or like Reddit or one of the like 4chan, someplace of like men. What's the word? Hold on. It's men who like hate women.
Like a chauvinist?
No. An incel.
I've never heard of that.
Incel men who can't get women, hate women because of that, like whatever, that like they're the ones who decided to target women and like hit them.
That's so crazy.
I don't know if that
So
theory
scary.
is true, but
I've never been punched in the face, or I mean anywhere near that, and I can't imagine being just oblivious and walking down the street and being punched in the face and then be like, what the fuck just happened?
No way. I get like mildly hit in the face at work from kids, but a grown person with a fist, I couldn't imagine. I've cried from a slap.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
That's so scary.
And then like to be so stunned to like not feel like you need to say something.
Yeah. And to be
blows
so
my mind too.
Like stunned to like a statue and like you can't even do anything.
So scary. Is he falling asleep?
He's like, what? You're talking about me? What? Why?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's one person, but it was like reported all over New York, like Upper East Side,
now
West
that
Side.
it's out, there's probably copycats, fucking dickheads that are just like gonna try and get away with it.
I mean, the fact that people have like no moral compass or like respect for just like another human being just blows my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
It just like reflects on them. Like they have no respect for themselves.
No.
I don't know. It's really scary.
And if you get caught and like, you're a fucking dick. Like, I hope you like, they throw the book at you. Like, go to jail.
What does that mean?
Like, you go to prison. Like, you get the harshest punishment. And I hope people in prison beat you up.
But you didn't want Gypsy Rose's mom to die.
No. No. I don't want anybody to die. I definitely want them men to get beat up in prison.
Oh, okay.
And Gypsy Rose to have spent more time in prison.
I mean, I hope that doesn't carry over and like translate to other cities.
Oh.
Luckily, we don't go anywhere where that would happen. We're not in like the direct Dallas city limits, I guess. But I can't imagine like, I mean, you're right. Because like, what if there are other copycats who are like, okay, this guy's getting attention and doing it here in New York City. I'm going to carry it over in, I don't know, Los Angeles or something. Yeah. It's scary.
Scary. People are nuts, man. I'm just ready to like move to my own little island.
This is a random tidbit of news. Do you remember Jenna from the Kid Craddock Morning Show, which is a local Dallas radio station? She and her partner, like they have a son, and he's from Mexico. They are actively looking to buy a house in Mexico in Baja, which is a little in like a little more remote area because they are over the like city feel. Like they want something different from Dallas. They want to raise their family in something like quieter and calmer and more peaceful. So,
I mean, Baja is like part of California.
Baja, Mexico.
Yeah.
Or Baja, California. It's like right.
Yeah. I think
there.
it's like split. Yeah. The border. But I wouldn't think that that's like any less high profile. Like people go to Baja for like vacations and stuff. Like
she said that it's
place.
more like she met a French couple who own a coffee shop and some like Irish women, and it's a lot of single moms and
good for her.
There's a lot of schools and families, but they're over the
hustle and bustle.
And they can run their businesses from remote.
Nice.
And then I don't know if that, I guess that was kind of like setting me into like the trad wife era. Like a lot of
the what?
Trad wife. I don't know what it stands for, but it's like the women who are like homemaking and like making their cheese.
Oh, like pioneer women. Yeah.
Like that's becoming more common.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's kind of just wanting a slower, more natural life.
Yeah. I would love that. I would love that. That's cool.
I don't know what my original point was. I lost it. That's so weird. No clue what I was actually talking about.
The hustle and bustle of New York City.
Yes. I don't know. Okay, I feel like that's a bigger point, but I have no freaking clue what it was. None whatsoever. Normally at this point we would do a quiz.
Yeah, I didn't even think of a quiz because I figured it'd be long.
Neither of us have one. So I hope that you enjoyed this part 1, part 2 episode because we had so much to talk about. I mean, we may see each other once a week, but
we don't talk celebrity stuff.
Beth and I haven't discussed it.
Don't say that. That's so weird.
I looked at you straight in the face. Well, because if they're listeners, they know you as Beth. They don't know you as mom.
They know me as Jordan's mom.
No, they know you as Jordan co-host, Beth, co-host, and most people who are listening are like friends and family. So they literally know you as your own identity as Beth.
True. I mean, I'm Jordan's mom, Dwayne's wife. I'm Luke's mom. Like, who am I other than those three things?
You should be Beth.
Okay.
I'm going to send you to therapy for some self-discovery.
I ain't got time for that.
Oh my God. You have more time than anyone.
No, I'm fine.
Thank you for listening to our part 1, part 2 episode.
I've missed you. We've missed you.
We've missed you. You know, welcome back. It's great to be here. We're in it. Ask me in October how I feel. We're in it for the year. For the most part, I really enjoy this.
Yeah. It's the actual work part that we don't.
The editing that's not fun. Who can do that for me?
Yeah, we need a producer.
Yeah. Once we get out of this office room, maybe we can afford a producer.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week. We will be back.
Yeah.
All right.
Love ya.
Love ya.